Good morning, Bhante. Tedwan Saranai.
Yesterday there was a little mixed up because of possible full moon day. Sri Lankan Professor Laxman Wattawala arranged a Zoom talk. They sent it to me earlier, asking me to start at 9 o'clock. I asked my helper to put it on a website and Facebook for people to know about it. Apparently, many people have not seen either Facebook or website, and therefore they could not come. However, there were 333 people. So it was 1.5 hour presentation, talk, meditation, Dhamma discussion, introduction, administering the precepts, all took place during that time for 1.5 hours, so little more than that. On the one hand, I regret that they could not participate. On the other, I am happy that so many other people participated in it. I don't know whether Chitra listened.
Yeah.
Huh?
I was there. I listened. I
Very,
followed the whole thing.
very good.
Sadhu, sadhu.
That is what happened yesterday. So some of our regular people who are participating in our weekly Zoom talks were there. Those who did not check on website or Facebook, who don't have Facebook and did not get this message, could not participate. That's understandable. And week before that, we had a retreat with Bhante Uda Iriyagama Dhamma Jiva. So there I gave a talk at 9 o'clock, and I think it was broadcast the same day, and it was a sort of online talk. I hope some of you have listened to it. Have you?
Yeah.
The 27th. Okay. Now where is Chaturi? Chaturi? Ah. I see. Hmm? Can you hear me?
Yes, Bhante.
Yeah, but I don't see you all. Chaturi?
Doesn't look like she's here, Bhante.
Eh?
Doesn't look like she's here. Everyone, Saranam.
Suddenly I cannot see the screen.
Hello, Bhante.
Are you there?
I'm having some trouble logging in. Let me try again. I have some problems with my computer. Let me just try. I also was trying to do it with my phone, and I think it sent a code to you.
Yes, I'm trying to. I logged in and I see some pictures, but not the whole screen I made.
Okay, let me try and log again. Let me try and restart my computer. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'll let me try again.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know something.
Hello.
Hello?
Yeah. Yeah. It's because this is my work computer, and let me just this is really a problem.
But anyway, can people hear me?
Yeah. Yeah. Let me just
Yes,
okay.
Bhante.
I think I can do it from the web
You all can hear me?
Yeah. Well.
Yes, Bhante, we can hear you.
We can hear you.
Can hear you well, Bhante. Thank you.
Let me try another way, Bhante. Let me try reconnecting.
Good morning, Bhante.
Good morning. I'm trying to figure out how to see the people and listen to questions.
Okay, let me try and join with the web browser. Just give me 1 second, Bhante.
Okay. In the chat box you can see questions.
Okay, let me try and join with the phone, Bhante.
Okay. Can you read the questions on the phone?
Yes, I think I can do that. Okay, Bhante. I'm in. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. All right, so I can see the first question.
Yeah?
Okay, so the first question is, Bhante, there are suttas where the Buddha gives a sermon, and at the end it says that hundreds of thousands of those who were listening attained stream entry or higher attainments. Was this a mass effect unique to this Buddha, or could there could it be that some of his great disciples also give such discourses skillfully, so that many hundreds of thousands of listeners could reach some noble attainment at the end of the sermon? So basically the question is asking if it's just because the Buddha is giving the teaching that these people attain stream entry or higher attainments, or could also somebody else give the sermon and the audience would also be able to attain stream entry?
Yes, it is Buddha's own special way of teaching that during his sermon, many people, thousands of people, attain enlightenment. We heard that some other arahants, when they gave sermons, not too many people attain enlightenment or stream entry, because Buddha was able to see individuals' mental state, their development of 5 faculties: faith, energy, mindfulness, concentration, and wisdom. These are called 5 spiritual faculties: saddha, viriya, sati, samadhi, panya. When these spiritual faculties are mature, they attain enlightenment very quickly. Among human beings, there are 5 categories of beings. They are called quick attainers, they are called Uggaritanya, then delay attainer, Vipanchitanya, and there are others also still slower attaining, they are called Nyaya, and there are others who do not attain enlightenment in this very life, but the Dhamma would help them in samsaric journey. Now, Uggaritanya means quick attainer. That means when Buddha delivered sermon, he knew the spiritual development of spiritual faculties, and then focusing on that, he delivered the sermon. For instance, one who is going to attain enlightenment very quickly, he would simply give a sermon on renunciation, nissarana, like Bahya Daruchirya, Upali, Supabuddha, leper, and so forth, and Kondanya and so forth. All they needed is one or two words of the Buddha's teaching because they are spiritually matured. And that is just like a lotus that has come out of water. As soon as that lotus bud, the sunlight hits the lotus bud, it blossoms immediately. Similarly, those whose spiritual faculty is mature and quick attainer, they can attain enlightenment very quickly. Because Buddha knew their growth of spiritual faculty. And other, even Arahants, could not see people's mind that clearly. Therefore, their sermon would help them to attain liberation later, like Vipanchitanya. They need listening to Dhamma, associating with Kalyana Mitta, reflecting on Dhamma, living according to Dhamma, practicing meditation and so forth. When they do that, they attain enlightenment. So they have to learn Dhamma from anybody, Arahant or even not Arahant. Nyaya is another person who also listens to Dhamma delivered by somebody. He also takes much, much longer than other two people. And one day, either during that life, anytime, or even at the moment of death, can attain liberation or enlightenment or first stage of enlightenment. And therefore, to answer your question very briefly, it is only the Buddha could do that and could deliver a sermon to make people realize Nibbana in that at the end of the sermon. Okay, another question.
Yes, another question, Bhante, is in wishing that all beings benefit from the goodness of my practice, how can this happen? The person is saying they can understand that people close to them would benefit, but how could it benefit the other beings elsewhere? Meaning beings in other realms or beings that have died, for example.
Right. When you practice you're wishing that all beings benefit from your goodness or your practice of metta, your brahmavihara, compassion, appreciative joy and equanimity. When you practice it, primarily you are the one who benefits. Others, by your wishing, may, if they know, as you mentioned correctly, if somebody is close to you and sitting next to you, hearing your recitals, may benefit to some extent, not as much as you benefit. And yet they also, their heart becomes soft and they also try to practice it. It is through the practice you will be benefited. If you do not practice, no matter how much others wish you well-being, happiness and peace and so forth, you will not attain, have those states. The benefits. Benefits is only for you. You practice metta, karuna, mudita, upekka for your benefit, and you definitely will be benefited. When you practice metta towards all living beings, in your mind, you don't have hatred, anger, resentment, greed, and so forth. So you feel comfortable and you feel the benefit of it. Okay, then only using breath, breath or metta, whatever you practice, you are the one who benefits. Only those who practice. If you don't practice, even you don't have benefits. Okay? Next question.
Okay, next question, Bhante. Is it necessary to practice with other objects of meditations besides the breath? For example, the 4 elements.
Yes, yes, definitely. Breath is one of the 6 parts of the Anapanasati Sutta. What do you call it? Satipatthana Sutta. In Satipatthana Sutta, there are many objects, 21 objects. Out of them, number 1 is breath. But after that, you have postures, clear comprehension, 32 parts of the body, 4 elements, and 9 stages of a corpse or dead body, and so forth. Yes, surely you can practice any of them to gain benefit, to attain liberation. So you have to see in your practice.
Okay. The person also would like to know what do you think the fraction of people that have more success using the breath is? Is it that most people succeed more with the breath than the other elements?
Okay. Okay. Thank you. What is the question again?
Yeah, the question is, do more people succeed using just the breath rather than, is it like more common for people to use only the breath?
Yeah, it is. Breath is the more common thing. Other objects, they normally not too many people use it, but according to the Buddha's teaching, you can use any of them, any parts of your body or elements. You can practice. Yes.
Okay. The next question, Bhante, is some people can see past lives and future lives. I can understand that past lives can be seen, but I don't understand the future lives because this is as if there is some kind of fate in the future, something that's predestined. How can future lives be seen if the next life depends on what I do in this life?
I think seeing the next life is not possible for anybody. But previous life that has already lived, okay. Hello?
Yes, I can hear you, Bhante.
Now you listen to it from the computer, right?
Yeah, I managed to re-log in. Yes.
Okay, I turn off the phone.
Yeah, we don't need the phone.
Okay. Okay. Future life has not been taken place or anyway for anybody to see. But Buddha was able to see people dying and taking rebirth in various places according to their karma. Buddha was, that was while it is happening, Buddha was able to see that. And not before it happens. Even the Buddha could not see before it happened. When somebody is, for instance, committing many unwholesome things, Buddha knew that this person is going to take rebirth in a very painful, woeful state of existence. And as he, then as the person is passing away, Buddha sees as he already predicted, exactly according to his karma, he is born in the wrong place. That only Buddha could see as it is happening. But before happening, even Buddha knew, because of this, he is leading, he is walking on the wrong path. For instance, there is a charcoal pit burning, very hot pit of burning amber. So there is a road, somebody is walking on that road, then Buddha knows that this person definitely will fall into the pit. On the other hand, if somebody is doing various good things, noble things, then he sees this person is going to take birth in the happy place, divine realm, good human life. It is just like there is a very safe tree which shade in the hot summer day, and there is a road. That road goes to the shade of the tree, and somebody is walking. Buddha knows that this person is going to such and such a place. Similarly, when somebody is doing good things, and also he knows that person's last thought moment, because the last thought moment is extremely important, because there are 4 kinds of karmic potential at the moment of death. I don't want to go into that right now in order to answer other people's questions. I can simply say that even the Buddha, only the Buddha could see the person is preparing himself to take birth in the wrong place, bad place, painful place, or preparing to take birth in the right place. And at the moment of death, Buddha sees exactly as he predicted, the person will be born in that place. So that is possible. And also sometimes that is possible only for the Buddha. Other people can guess that this can happen, because however, there can be variable factors that happen at the moment of death. That means all these can change at the moment of death also. I will explain it later if we have time. But for this, you have to remember that. And every meditator cannot see their previous lives. Sometimes they can feel that they have lived a good life, therefore they live good life here. They have good thoughts, friendly thoughts, compassionate thoughts. They have patience. They have tolerance and certain degree of wisdom, and so forth. Through this, they can guess that they might have lived a good, peaceful, happy life in the past. That they can know, but to see their own previous lives as Buddha saw is not possible. However, there were people, we read in books that there were people who had been able to see many previous lives, not as many as the Buddha. And in recent years, there were parapsychologists who have done some research and discovered certain individuals were able to read their previous lives, and whatever they said about previous lives were quite accurate. That is possible. Even though they don't meditate, that happens to them. If they meditate, their awareness of previous life is much clearer. That is possible. Okay?
Yes, next question, Bhante. How can the pleasant feeling and joy experienced by recalling the qualities of the Sangha be used for meditation? How can we use this feeling as a meditation object?
What kind of feeling? Any feeling?
No, the pleasant feeling and the feeling of joy that we experience when we recall the qualities of the Sangha. When we think about the qualities of the Sangha, this brings a pleasant feeling, a feeling of joy. How to use this pleasant feeling that comes about when we think of the qualities of the Sangha? How to use this as a meditation object?
I see. The way to use it is that the Sangha have these qualities through the practice of meditation, the dedication, devotion, determination, mindfulness, concentration, and pure life and so forth. These Sangha have attained this state. And therefore, that awareness, that way of thinking would inspire the meditator. And meditator decides, well, this particular Sangha member attained this particular state because of such and such a pure, clean life, living very honest, sincere, holy life. He attained this. And therefore, if I live that kind of life, I also will be able to attain that state. That is guarantee. That is guarantee. And therefore, they are a role model. They are inspiration to us, beacon, lighthouse, and we follow their footsteps. And therefore, that would be we use as an object that's called Upasamanusati. Upasamanusati. Anusati, there are 10 reflections. Buddhanusi, Dhammanusi, Sanghanusi, Silanusi, and so forth. Reflections. When we reflection on their lives, characters, behavior, the things they did, things they said, and so forth, these become very, very great inspiration. You know, when people read people's, ordinary people's biography, you can learn a lot of good things. And sometimes people even think, how can I live that kind of life, and so forth. Even if you read ordinary, unenlightened, good persons' biographies, you get that kind of inspiration. Similarly, when you read the qualities of enlightened person, you get even more, higher, greater inspiration to practice. That is how it helps to develop your mindfulness or meditation. Okay?
Next question. Will Bhante be publishing a book on dependent origination, or is it a work in progress?
Say it again.
Will the person wants to know if you will be publishing a book on dependent origination, or if it's a work in progress?
Oh, it is in progress. It will, according to what I have heard from them, they are planning to publish next year. Not this year. This year they are going to complete my impermanence in plain English by September 12. But dependent origination they publish next year, maybe the same time. September, October next year. Yes.
Next question, Bhante. At the Buddha's time, if a novice didn't want to take Upasampada or wasn't allowed, due to a newly arisen illness which could make obstacle to upasampada, would such a person stay long-term novice or would they go back to lay life? It's basically about taking upasampada. If they were not allowed to take it right away, did they become a novice or did they go back to lay life at the time of the Buddha? What was the practice back then for this?
I should ask you to
Okay,
repeat the
I'll
question.
re-say it, Bhante.
I'm not using the headphone, therefore.
That's okay. Let me say it again.
Eh?
Let me try again.
Okay.
It's about taking upasampada when a person becomes a monk. If they were not allowed to take upasampada at the time of the Buddha because they were ill or something, what did they do? Did they become a novice or did they go back to lay life?
Yes, if somebody, you said commit.
If somebody was not allowed to take upasampada to become a fully ordained
Not allowed to take what?
upasampada, become a fully ordained monk. What did they do? Did they become a novice, a long-term novice, or they went back and became a lay person?
They, until they commit parajika, they can stay in robe and continue practicing. Only if they become parajika, means committing one of the four main offenses, or breaking one of the four serious offenses. If they commit that, then they have to leave the robe, and then again he can become a samanera, novice monk. If they have not committed any of this serious, one of the four major offenses, heinous crime, we should say, according to Vinaya practice, if you have not committed, that person doesn't have to disrobe or become a lay person, continue practicing. Because the monastic life is the greatest blessing in life. Once you have made that commitment and have not broken particularly these four major rules, then you can continue. And one day, perhaps you can attain some state of enlightenment, if not full enlightenment. Okay?
Yes, the next question, Bhante, is it correct to say that during deep concentration, when the mind is still in the state of jhana, you cannot move because the will has gone. It's like the body is frozen and you just have pure awareness. And then how does one come out of a deep state like that when there is no movement of the body anymore?
You see, when you attain jhanas, once you attain it, first time it doesn't stay too long. That jhanic experience doesn't stay with you too long, first time, because your hindrances, although they are suppressed, they can still keep hovering over you and haunting you, and then they can disturb you, and then you lose the jhana. And then we have to master the first attainment. Reflection, then attaining, determining before you attain, and determine how long you are going to stay in dhyana, and how long, when you are going to come out of it. When you master the jhana in these 5 ways, they are called avajjana, samapajjana, uttana, adhittana, paccavakkana. These 5 ways you master the jhana. Once you master the jhana, you stay the period that you previously determined to stay, and then when that period expires, you naturally returns to your normal state. So you won't, during that time, when you are in deep concentrated state of mind, you are still quiet, peaceful, and then you may not move because of the jhanic experience is so lofty, great. Body, I would not say body is frozen, but body remains still, because if I say frozen, then inner blood circulation also may not work. The freezing is a little stronger term. So you stay still. However, during the entire time that you are in the jhana, during that entire time, you are fully aware of your body and your concentration. You are fully aware. And therefore, as soon as your previously, or rather predetermined period is over, then you naturally come out of it. I think this is all time we have today.
Okay.
I think that's all questions, all right? No more questions?
There's just one last question. I don't know, it's a short one, I think. What's the best thing to do and the best thing to think in order to overcome laziness?
I see. I think in order to overcome laziness, you need the spiritual urgency. You must think that this is the most precious life. One day Buddha took little dust into his to the tip of his nail of the small finger. The small finger is this finger. He took little dust and put on the tip of this finger and asked monks, which is more, this little dust in my fingernail or the dust in the rest of the world? Of course, the answer is the dust in the rest of the world is much, much more than this. Similarly, Buddha said, bhikkhus, your chance of taking human life again is like this, like little dust. Your chance of not taking rebirth as a human being is very, very much great as this world, this earth in the world. He gave many similes. They are called Nakasika Sutras in Sangha. There are several Nakasika Sutras. And therefore, you have to think, I am most fortunate now. Whether I am man or woman, it doesn't matter. I am very fortunate to be born as a human being, with all opportunities, endless opportunities. And therefore, if I waste my time now, I am really a fool. I am a fool, utter fool. I am not having any wisdom. And therefore, I should not be lazy. I should practice and practice and practice and get up. If you feel sleepy, as Buddha mentioned, you visualize very bright light. Get up, do walking meditation, drink some water, or if you like, drink some coffee or something to boost your energy, physical energy. Physical energy is the one that makes you lazy. Once you have physical energy, not too much energy, then you will be hyperactive. That also you have to balance. That balancing factor comes from your practice of mindfulness. You will learn how much energy you need, how much concentration you need. So you have to balance it, and then keep practicing and practicing and practicing. You naturally, definitely see the results of your practice, your energetic life. You are not being lazy. So once you arouse that energy and determine to continue, you practice without becoming lazy again. Don't let your mind fall back, slide back into laziness. Always when you have laziness, think about the urgency of spiritual practice. Think about how much suffering you have had in the past. Do you want to continue the suffering again? I don't think so. I don't think so. And therefore, don't want to suffer. To get rid of your suffering, you don't know how many trillions and trillions of eons we have been born and reborn in samsara in the past and had suffer. Every life is a suffering. Every life, any life. And you want to continue that? I don't think so. And therefore, that kind of thinking you have to have in your mind in order to get rid of your laziness. Laziness is the easiest thing. And don't be lazy. Continue your practice. With this, I like to stop this session this way, and let us do some meditation. Okay?
Thank you, Bhante.
Okay. Okay. May all beings be happy and secure. May all beings have happy minds. Whatever living beings there may be, without exception, weak or strong, long, large, medium, short, subtle or gross, visible or invisible, living near or far, born or coming to birth, may all beings have happy minds. Let no one deceive another, nor despise anyone anywhere, neither from anger nor ill will should anyone wish harm to another. As a mother would risk her own life to protect her only child, even so towards all living beings, one should cultivate a boundless heart. One should cultivate for all the world a heart of boundless loving friendliness, above, below, and all around, unobstructed, without hatred or resentment, whether standing, walking, sitting, lying down, or whenever awake. One should develop this mindfulness. This is called divinely dwelling here, not falling into erroneous views, but virtuous and endowed with vision, removing desire for sensual pleasures. One comes never again to birth in the womb. With this metta thought, let us practice our meditation. By means of these meritorious deeds, may I never join with the foolish, may I join always with the wise, until the time I attain Nibbana. May the suffering be free from suffering, may the fear-struck be free from fear, may the grieving be free from grief, so too may all beings be. From the highest realm of existence to the lowest, may all beings arisen in these realms, with form and without form, with perception and without perception, be released from all suffering and attain to perfect peace. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Dear friends, this is the end of today's Dhamma discussion, and I'm so happy that you all have participated. I want to end this session with my regular metta wish for all those who are in hospitals suffering from various diseases, taken care of by compassionate doctors, nurses and hospital staffs. May they recover very quickly and return to their regular normal life and attain liberation by following the Dhamma. May all those doctors, nurses and hospital staffs who are sacrificing their comfort, risking their life to take care of these people, and may they continue their wonderful service for humanity and other beings. May they continue their noble service and find peace and happiness through the practice of Dhamma. May those who have lost their loved ones and were grieving, may they be free from grief, as I mentioned in our metta wish at the end of the session. May they find peace and happiness, free from grief, practice Dhamma, and attain liberation from samsaric suffering. May those who are victims in various places, including war zones, poverty-stricken area, and in various ways of discrimination due to various reasons, may they find solace and comfort and be liberated from samsaric suffering by following the Dhamma. May everybody else whose category has not been mentioned find peace and happiness, solace and comfort, live peacefully, practice Dhamma, practice meditation, and find peace, happiness, and liberation from samsaric suffering. I thank you, Veronica, for helping me reading questions, and you all who have asked me good questions. I wish you all, everyone, peace, happiness, liberation from suffering of all sorts, and attain Nibbana. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Bhante.
Thank you, Bhante.
Thank you,
Thank you, Bhante.
Thank you very much,
Bhante.
Bhante. Thank you very much. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu. Thank you,
Sadhu,
Bhante.
sadhu, sadhu.
Thank
Sadhu, sadhu.
you.
Good night, Bhante. Good health
you
to
all.
you.
Good night, Bhante. Thank you.
Thank you, Bhante.
Bhante.
Thank
Long
you.
life
Bye.
and good
Long
health.
life and good
Bhante.
health, Bhante.
Everyone, Saranai Bhante.
Everyone, Saranaya.
Bye.
Kinsidaveva, Bhante.
Siddhaveva.